Hey, this is Dave Center from Bold Leading. Thank you for continuing on the video series about how to onboard or welcome new donors or volunteers to your organization. We hope you've been thinking a little bit about how you're going to expend your resources, thinking about the donor themselves, the volunteer, and how you're going to craft these messages so they feel special. So one of the things that we want to talk about, what is the bare minimum that you want to do? If you can't do all the extra things that we'll be talking about in this series, what's the very least that you want to try and get done? So we're going to kind of go through that very quickly. So we've talked about it briefly in a couple of the other early videos just in passing, but we want to be very clear. So we want you to get a thank you letter and a receipt out within 48 hours. So if they give on a Monday, you receive that gift on a Monday, you want to make sure that you get a thank you and receipt out within the next 48 hours. If it's online and you give an electronic receipt, you also want to consider for some of those, if not all of them, that you also send out a direct mail piece as well, or an actual physical letter or receipt or a postcard. So you want to make sure you send them something in the mail. That becomes something that's a lot more special these days, especially when a lot of organizations are just focusing on online communications. To also get something in the mail can be really important. The other thing that you want to think about is to do a phone call for all of these people that are giving for the first time, is to call them within the week. So if you send out a thank you letter, you might want to wait 5 days or 7 business days and call them to say thank you, invite them to your organization, answer a few questions, let them know they can volunteer, be very cordial. Of course, if they just want to get off the phone, let them get off the phone, say thank you. So that's the bare minimum. You want us to do a thank you and a receipt within 48 hours, and within the next 5 to 7 business days you want to do a thank you. So it's really simple. Any organization, any size can do this. If you have a lot of donations that come in from first-time donors or volunteers because of a special event, recruit board members or some volunteers to help you out, but you want to make sure you do this. The one thing you want to avoid is cashing their check so that it hits their bank statement that you have their money, but they don't have a thank you. Worst thing in the world. So make sure that you do the bare minimum, get a thank you and receipt out within 48 hours, and call them within 5 to 7 business days. So we just want to say thanks again for being part of the video series. As you get new donors in, we want you to do the baseline stuff, but we'll be talking in subsequent videos about some extra things you can do to make your donors feel that much more important to your organization and to expose them more to your brand and personality. This is Dave Senna with Bold Leading, and we really want to say thank you for being part of this video series. Shoot us a message online, go to some of our social media platforms, and introduce yourself. We'd love to hear from you. And if you have some creative ideas, share that with our Bold Leading fam as well.